Good afternoon and welcome to Mike and the Hoss on Wolfeboro Community Television. I'm Mike Danais.
And I'm Charlie Hossack.
Coach, there's not a lot going on today.
No, but
things, next week there is.
Things are looking good for the future.
So we're going to just update everybody about what we know about what's going on. We have a game for the end of the show.
Ooh, I like games.
I think we're both going to be terrible at.
Good. I like games that we're not good
Allie
at.
Champagne put a game together calling Guess That Team.
Yeah.
And it's about logos, which comes into that Washington football team stuff, and they're looking to change their name
logos,
and logo and so on. And so that's what prompted that. But let's get started. Locally, sports have not been canceled.
No. Yeah.
Our baseball team is going.
Yep. Soccer's going at the Nick.
Soccer's going at the Nick.
Yep. Softball is going.
Football, small groups are
going. Small groups are out there. So
there's hockey tournaments that are happening.
Yep.
Which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And so things are happening, and school sports have not been canceled.
Right.
Now, I think there's some things that have to happen for them to be really go ahead.
Yeah.
You're starting. I just read Texas has delayed their football season by 5 weeks.
Okay.
So
they're pushing it out a little bit.
That's that's like minor league NFL down there.
I mean, it is. And I know that like other states, like Iowa, they're continuing with their football season, so they've started already.
And I've seen some other states that are putting all of their, and this is interesting, I don't know how they would work it out, but all of their fall and winter sports are going to happen during the spring. With the spring sports. They're going to have everything going on. They have a lot of fields where that was. I'm not
I was
really
going to say, it'll be interesting. I'm sure they have lots of kids that also play, but some kids are going to have to make decisions or have compromises. Maybe they're going to play. Maybe 3 sport athletes will be doing all 3 in the spring. Who knows?
Maybe they could work that out.
Yeah.
But New Hampshire, we've said it for a while. New Hampshire, knock on wood, is in a good place, comparably to the rest of the states.
Yep.
The NHIA is very motivated to have sports. The governor has not shut down sports.
Not at all.
And I think it's going to come down to the districts and what each district feels comfortable with doing.
Right.
And hopefully our district wants to have them, and we'll brainstorm ways to make it safe for the kids.
I hope so. Yeah.
I know that Mr. House has done a lot of good things around getting the fall stuff together, putting in a lot of safety protocols. Alex has been involved.
Right.
Getting a lot of safety measures put in place so that the kids are safe, but also so you can continue going.
Right.
And I think that's important, is that, yes, obviously the priority is the kids being safe, but also you want to keep going.
You do.
You want to have a full season.
And we've seen that. I mean, we talk a lot about the baseball team that our sons are on, or the teams, but we've also seen that when we visit other high schools, you see that they're having their football teams are out there practicing. I've been down in the Nick to see some of the soccer, and all the protocols that they're asking people to follow are being followed, which is good for the athletes. They're out there playing and able to continue to, for me, I think the big thing is the social piece for allowing kids to get back together, because the isolation, being in our homes there for 2-3 months was challenging. I know it was challenging for me. So
it was really challenging, and it was springtime, and so we were able to get outside a little bit and do things. I'm scared if a second wave comes through and we're home for winter months without. Oh my God, that's going to be really difficult. But I think it's the coaches are putting things in place, and they have to enforce the safety protocols. But the kids need to realize it, and we did this with our baseball team. The reason for these protocols are not just to keep you safe; it's so that you can have a baseball season.
Yeah, so we can continue to play, and it's not shut down.
And I think as the fall sports do, hopefully get started, that needs to be the message also, is that yes, these are to keep you safe, but these are also so that we can play. And you might be sacrificing something that you might consider a pain. By putting on a mask when you're not playing, or disinfecting,
not sitting in a dugout or
not
whatever.
Sitting there, or staying 6 feet away.
Yeah.
But that is enabling you not to be home for the next 8-9 months.
Absolutely.
So hopefully things happen.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should probably thank our sponsors.
That would be a good thing.
Let's do it. I'll start. I'd like to thank Downtown Grill and Cafe,
Morrissey's Porch and Pub,
and Skelly's Market.
Thank you, guys.
I wanted to also take this opportunity to mention that we are getting a few more subscribers on YouTube.
We have gone worldwide.
We have.
International.
We have gone international. So I wanted to give a shout out to the boys that I've been teaching from the United Arab Emirates. Thank you guys. It's been a pleasure to work with you this summer and teach you. And I'm grateful now that you see Mike here. You are now subscribers to Mike and the Hoss, and we hope that you kind of get excited about kind of American sports and get to kind of see us each week.
Can we, maybe next week, we can do a little bit on UAE sports?
I'd love to.
Let's talk about some different sports that...
I would love to talk about UAE sports. So that means, boys, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys to get some information about UAE sports, and I think we should cover that. We could do a little segment each week, even if it's only a minute or two long to cover. That'd be great. But thank you guys, and best of luck for the rest of the summer, and more importantly, thank you guys for watching and supporting, really, Mike and the Hoss.
Thanks, guys. All right. Nationally, Major League Baseball starts on Friday.
I've been waiting for this.
The Red Sox are hosting the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes.
In front of a 0 fans in attendance.
Right, but cardboard cutouts.
Cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, they're going to have cardboard cutouts up on the Green Monster.
Nathan Eovaldi has got the start. He has the opening day because Erod
was recovering from COVID.
Yes, and he's had some pretty grim stories about how he felt.
Yeah.
About it. He's
felt like a 100-year-old getting out of bed, right?
Yeah. So it's real.
Yeah.
But he is, planning on joining the team, and
it's great.
Getting his strength back, and he's going to be an integral part of things. 60-game season. Mm-hmm. The news that came out of baseball is that Canada, the country of Canada, is not allowing the baseball team of Toronto, the Toronto Blue Jays, to play in Canada. They're actually allowing them to play in Canada, but they just don't want anybody else coming to play them in Canada, which would make it difficult.
Kind of challenging.
So, Canada's still really, really protective of their country,
right?
And
which is interesting. I don't mean that it's interesting that they're protective of their country. They should be, but that's where the NHL is. That's where the hockey league is.
But they're not going back and forth.
Right, they're in a bubble.
Yeah. So they're actually not there yet. The NHL. We'll get to the NHL in a second.
But that's the NHL is going to be hosted by Canada.
And the problem that Canada had with Toronto is that Major League Baseball does not have a bubble, and so every 3 days or so,
here comes another team.
Here comes another 50 or 60 people from out of the country.
Sure.
Coming in, and the Blue Jays are going to leave the country,
right,
and then come back,
right, yeah,
and so that's what they're avoiding.
So there is no bubble.
Their non-essential travel is not allowed outside of Canada.
Yep.
To go back and forth, and so Canada's being very precautionary, and it's working for them.
Yeah. So if you're a Toronto Blue Jays fan, though, in the United States, this could be very exciting. Because,
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo is AAA, right? That's their affiliate up there.
That's the closest that they have. That's they're saying that they need a major league stadium.
I was going to say, why do they need a major league stadium? Every field, like they could go to any minor league field. It's still at 90 feet.
As long as they have lights.
60 feet
long. As long as they have lights. And
they could go to I think Charlotte, right, also has one of their affiliates for the Blue Jays. They could go. They could go to North Carolina.
They could have come to New Hampshire.
I was going to say, when I heard that, I was like, could you imagine if they were at Fisher Cat, Delta Dental Stadium, where the Fisher Cats play, which is their AA
You still
affiliate.
couldn't go, though. Would it be?
I know you couldn't go, but there would be Major League Baseball players hanging around Manchester. And I think Mike and the Hoss might be hanging around Manchester just to catch a glimpse.
Oh, that would be cool. So, real quick, what are the prospects for the Sox this year?
Doing an analysis of the Red Sox with 60 games, they're in it. Like this is anyone's.
Hey, I read a tweet the other day that this is the first time ever the Red Sox have not lost a game before July 20th or whatever the date was.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't think
they're undefeated.
They are undefeated. But I think with such a short season, anything can happen. You go on a streak. Oh my gosh. Like you win 10, 11 in a row. Like that's awesome. So
and if a team comes out of the gate hot, wins 20 out of the first 25, it's probably over because there's not enough time to catch
up, right?
So I think starts are going to be really important.
Yeah, every game now. I'm not that with 162 games, you want to play that every game is meaningful, but 60 games, it's really meaningful. Like the importance is
it's like a football season.
Huge. Yeah.
Have you caught any of the exhibition stuff, the preseason stuff?
A little bit here and there. I haven't been sitting really in front of the TV doing that. I see some of the highlights and stuff.
What do you think of them
stuff.
typing in the sound?
I think I had said that last week. I'm not a fan of that. You don't need that. I
so
don't.
The home team has control over it.
They do.
They can boo. I mean, there's a guy up there with buttons that applause, loud applause.
I want that job.
Boo. I would love that. That would be so cool.
I'd boo everyone.
Chant.
Boo.
And they have that, during the game, like when there's the play, they just have that almost like white noise. In the background of fans.
I don't. Yeah.
It seems like a soccer stadium.
I think for the television audience, which is everyone, right? That's us.
That's it.
Have your walk up songs for the players. Do that. But I don't think you don't need noise. It's just I think like I said before, this is the closest we can come to pure baseball. Like I would love to hear the players communicating with each other. Okay, what are we gonna having that
mic them up.
Yeah, mic them up and just let us hear baseball. I don't want to hear the guy 5 rows behind me, that's had his 5th beer, and yelling and screaming and jawing at a player that he doesn't like. I want to hear baseball talk. That's
I agree. I agree. All right, NBA. They're starting. That's what do you have? August. July 30th.
Yeah, so we know they start July 30th. 22 teams are in Orlando. They're going to do 3 scrimmages, kind of like a preseason. Starts the 30th, and they're going to have 8 games for seeding for the brackets. And there's going to be 16 teams that make the playoffs, and that starts on August 17th.
So national news, I say national news, but the only news that I saw coming out of the bubble this week was about the snitch line.
Yes, I did see that.
They have a snitch hotline, so if you see somebody breaking the rules of the bubble, you pick up the phone, you call the snitch hotline and say, Dwight Howard's not wearing his mask.
Yeah, but he isn't wearing his mask, but he's also come out and said, I'm not wearing a mask. Dwight Howard, that is.
And so, but they're in the bubble, and everybody's tested in the bubble, and they're all cleared to be in the bubble.
Yeah.
So why do they have to have a mask if they're in the bubble?
I don't think they probably do. I don't know if you read the article. It talked about one of the reporters that was there that they quarantined. Anyone that went into the bubble was quarantined. So this person was quarantined every day and tested every single day before he was allowed out of the bubble. And this is a bubble I would like to enter. I want to enter this bubble. It's a resort bubble. It's a bubble that we would spend lots and lots of money.
They're building a barbershop in the bubble.
I don't think I could afford to live in this bubble.
No.
But it's just so I don't know. I don't know about the whole mask thing once you're in the bubble. Like, do you need to wear a bubble? So I wear a bubble. Wear a mask. Maybe you need to wear a bubble.
Celtics. Kemba Walker is battling a sore left knee.
Which is that's not good.
Nope. This is especially after being off for 4 months.
So Brad Stevens, the head coach of the Celtics, is obviously downplaying it because that's his job. But that worries me.
Yeah. All right. So now, real quick, what are the Celtics prospects in this? They were
third in the East.
They were playing well.
Yeah.
They were a dark horse. I guess you'd call them a dark horse. They certainly weren't favored. You had Milwaukee and I believe Toronto on top of them, right?
Mm-hmm. So once again, similar to the Red Sox. This is a kind of a sprint now. They're in the middle of a sprint. Here we go. I think the Celtics have a really good shot at advancing in the playoffs. I'm not saying they have a really good shot of winning the NBA championship, but I think they have the potential to go deep in the playoffs.
I think one thing that's different with the NBA is that this bubble, and I think that motivation to win is going to be part of it. Motivation to not go home, I think, is going to be a part of it too. Yeah. And I think that there's going to be a group of guys, and we've seen them kind of hem and hawing about this bubble being away from their families.
Right.
That might not be, their heart might not be in it quite as much.
Okay.
And they might be looking at, well, if we lose, I get to go home.
Yeah, I get to go home. Yeah.
We're going to.
And before they start the playoffs, 6 teams are going home anyway?
We haven't heard anything about when they're starting the next seasons, have we?
No.
Because all of these seasons, minus baseball, are going to be ending significantly
later than they normally. Yep. And so that'll be interesting to see with the players' associations and stuff and their contracts. But so getting back to your point, though, you had a really good point. So if my heart's not in it, and I'm like, if we leave, I get to go home to my family. So we need to maybe look at the teams that are just like they really want it, Right.
And I don't think the Celtics is one of them.
Yeah.
Because Jason Tatum, who is their best player,
Yep.
has basically been a little lukewarm about this whole thing.
Right.
Wants to play golf, wants to,
Yeah.
is nervous about getting sick.
Sure.
And that's not a good sign. No. LeBron James, on the other hand, is all in. He wants to win.
Well, he wants a ring.
And AD, who's his right-hand guy, does not have a ring.
Right.
And so, I mean, that's pretty powerful.
It is.
I haven't heard, much from the other teams. I mean, there's been guys that have opted out. We talked about those in previous weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what it's like. But I also think, too, I mean, as a professional athlete, I would think, I mean, even us as amateur athletes, when it's playoff time, you get excited and you want to win. So once you kind of get through these 8 seeding games, and then you realize, okay, we're one of the, last 16 teams left, let's go for it.
You know who's in the bubble? Taco Fall.
Taco Fall is in the bubble. That's good.
Do you think Taco Fall is going to have any impact whatsoever?
No. I think Taco Fall might take the floor if they're up by...
or down
25 or down by 25.
Okay. Well,
yeah, I don't think he's making. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get MVP this year.
No. Okay. NHL. They are starting August 3rd. Mm-hmm. The Bruins are. Their first game is going to be August 3rd. It's been interesting that you have heard in the news about a couple Bruins not being able to practice because they're, quote, unfit to play.
Yeah.
And, when you first hear that, if I say, you're unfit to come into the show,
yeah,
that means you had a big night and you're not really feeling up to coming into the show.
That's right.
Or going to work or something like that.
Right.
It's not a real positive thing.
No.
But this term was negotiated by the Players Union,
mm-hmm.
And it covers anything, whether you're quarantining, whether you're, recovering from corona, it's
you're not feeling well. Whatever.
So,
yeah.
My understanding is that David Pastrnak, who is their best player, was exposed to somebody who had
COVID.
And so he was waiting. They have to get, if they're exposed, they have to have 3 test results over 5 days or something like that. And that's why he wasn't playing. So, unfit to play, unless you explain that, it's really not a fair term.
Right.
Because when this was going around, people were like, oh, I came back out of shape. Or,
right.
Something
you
like
think
that.
Yeah, right.
Which is not the case. He just happened to be exposed, and you could get exposed anywhere. You could be exposed by a waitress at the restaurant or on the plane over.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
the language
probably
is
regretful for the Players Union on that. Let's keep it going. Bruins.
Yeah.
What are their prospects? They were the best team in the league when this thing happened. They were playing better. They had lost the Stanley Cup Finals last year in Game 7. It was heartbreaking. Everybody thought they were going to lay down this year.
Yeah.
They didn't. They came back more focused than ever.
Right.
They have some older players in Patrice Bergeron and Zdeno Chara that might benefit from
the short season.
Rest. Yep.
Yeah.
Tuukka Rask, you never know what you're going to get out of him.
You never know.
He's one of those guys that I wonder what his motivation is.
Yeah.
The Bruins are still favored to win this.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best team in the NHL.
Do you think that this whole thing hurt their chances?
Oh, I think that it hurt their chances.
Me too.
I mean, I think it killed the momentum. I mean, I think they were in a position prior to COVID to lift the cup.
For the same reasons that the Red Sox and the Celtics now have chances to win.
Right.
The Bruins, who are by far the favorite going in, everybody else has more chances now, and especially in hockey. In hockey, an 8 can beat a 1 all day long.
Yep.
In basketball, an 8 doesn't usually beat a 1.
No.
But in hockey, it happens a lot. So the Bruins have their work cut out for them. NFL, it was interesting. The NFL had more time to put their stuff together than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yet they've been making changes in the last minute.
I know. I mean, they're talking about if they're saying, well, if they're going to play, and then if they do play, they're going to be at 20% capacity of stadiums.
If the state allows it.
If the state allows it. So for New England, for the Patriots, it would be like 16,000 fans could go to the game.
Yeah. The going rate for the cheapest seats right now are over $600 for the Patriots.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
But they have agreed to more testing.
Yeah.
They were going in between one preseason game and no preseason games. My understanding is they're at no preseason games.
Yeah,
again.
I think that as of today they're at 0 preseason.
They're at 0
games.
preseason. I guess they just didn't have a lot of safety protocols in place, and the players were upset about that.
Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of testing things in place, and it just surprises because but they also they told the NFL players that show up or you don't get paid.
Right.
There's no
there's the
opting
ultimatum.
out.
Yeah, feel free to opt out, but we're not giving you a check. But you would think that the NFL, I mean, they have 3 other leagues which they could kind of model after.
I'm surprised that they weren't better prepared for what's happening. But right now they're starting. See Bill Belichick's any of that stuff. He did a Subway commercial.
He did. He did.
And
sitting on the bench eating a hoagie.
I looked at it. I says, "Wow, they're doing a sequel to Forrest Gump." I mean, it was like the same bench and the same clothes.
I know. But it's Subway. So it's so Bill. That's the perfect. Here's some random trivia for you that we did today actually in school. In the UAE, it's a little more UAE stuff. That out of McDonald's, Starbucks, KFC, and Subway, the answer is Subway. They have the most locations in the UAE, which is my group would guess McDonald's.
Yeah.
But Subway has taken off internationally,
wow,
which surprised me because McDonald's has kind of been that name for many, many years, but now it's Subway. Maybe maybe it's because of Bill.
I don't think so. I think it's because, and I know a little bit about this.
Okay.
The franchise fee for Subway is very, very small.
Compared to the others?
Yes.
Okay.
Where you need like $5 million to start a McDonald's.
Okay.
Because of the franchise fee and you need like $40,000 to start a Subway.
Okay.
It's a huge difference in money. So you could start a Subway if you wanted to, right on Forest Road.
That would be great.
But all right, real quickly, the Patriots. What are their prospects?
I've never not felt good about the Patriots. I think they've got a legitimate shot. I think they win the AFC East. We start with that. And I think if Cam Newton is the starting quarterback and is playing like he wants a $20 million contract next year, I think the Patriots have a shot at the Super Bowl.
I will say that I think the Patriots are going to dominate, or Jared Stidham's the quarterback. And I say that because if things are working really well with Cam Newton, I think they have to dominate for that to happen.
Right.
I think they're going to run over teams. Cam Newton's going to be very dominant.
Yep.
If Cam Newton is mediocre, then they're going to toss him to the curb and they're just going to go with Jared
Stidham.
That's how
and probably play like 500 ball, you think, then?
Yeah. 500 ball, 10-6, that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
I think Cam Newton, they're going to be looking at 14-2. With a dominant offense and everybody playing well, and if they don't think that can happen, they're going to kick him to the curb and they're going to go Jared Stidham and try and
10-6, 9-7,
that kind of stuff.
Kind of get into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's how I see that happening.
Yeah.
All right, we got a few minutes left, so it's game time.
Oh, I love games. Thanks once again to Allie Champagne.
She worked really hard putting this together.
She did. She put this game in, and in all fairness to Allie, we kind of just threw this at her. This idea with not a lot of time, so thank you, Allie.
So what brought this up was the Washington football team was no longer known as what their name was before.
No, I think we can say it. They were known as the Washington Redskins.
But we're not going to say it though. Eventually we're not going to say it. So
no, well they're going to have a new name,
right? And I like to say the Washington football team.
That's fine. The Washington football team.
But we don't. So they're gonna have to come up with a new logo, and new merchandising, and everything like that. So I was just popping around, and I saw a logo, and I was like, "What team is that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow, that's kind of
That'd
be
a good
thing."
So we're gonna play a game where I will not know any of the answers, and Mike will know 3. So this will be fun.
Oh, so you're predicting the score?
I don't know.
Full disclosure, we have not seen any of them. Allie completely put this together.
Completed by Allie.
All right, Allie, what's the first one?
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Why don't you go first in this one?
I'm going to say that is Cleveland Indians. Am I even allowed to say that? Probably not.
That one, you're okay there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
Like the Calgary Flames.
Why are you giving me the answer?
I don't know. I thought we were a team, but whatever.
I don't think we were a team.
Competing against each other. I got to get my competitive juices flowing. When are they not?
I'm going to say Chicago Bears.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh!
See, you did better than you thought you would.
That's good. I mean, any of those could have been.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Good.
I got this one. Because I get to go first on this one.
I'm going to say
that's the Anaheim Los Angeles Angels. Am I wrong?
Well, I don't know.
But that's what they're called.
Okay. So
I think they're the they're called the Anaheim.
Yeah. Then I know that it's the.
Or the
I know it's
Angels
the Angels. So then I'm just gonna. You know what? I can't be wrong because I'm gonna go with your answer. The Anaheim Los Angeles Angels.
So see, Los Angeles Angels.
There. So I guess we're both right.
All right.
Holy chickens! This is a good one, Allie.
I'm gonna say it's the. Oh, you get. To go
no,
first.
I get to go first. Are they? Can I ask a question? I guess I have to ask you to Mike. Are these all professional sports teams?
I don't know.
Or are we dipping in? They're all professional sports teams. Okay. Allie has confirmed that. Does that say Aces?
No, you can't read it.
Well, I can read it. It's part of the logo.
Okay, Sam.
It's not like I'm cheating. It's not like I'm holding up a phone and cheating.
Right.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen this. I'm gonna say that this is the. I don't know. Is this an MLS team? Soccer? I don't know. It's the. I can't see it anyway. It's the Memphis Aces.
I'm going to say the Alaska Aces.
Oh, that's probably better. Oh, look at you. Who are the Alaska Aces?
Do we know
who they are? All right. None of us know. We'll have that for you for next show.
This one's me. I'm going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
Are you sure you don't want to say it's the Atlanta, Georgia Falcons?
Listen.
Sorry. All right. It is the Atlanta Falcons.
So I think we're tied.
We are tied. Yeah. Oh, look at this. I get to go first. The Baltimore Orioles.
I'm going to say the Baltimore Orioles of Maryland.
Hey, we're gonna edit.
We're gonna
work on the spelling of Orioles. That's an insult to all Orioles everywhere. The birds.
Staying in the same geographic region, I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens of Maryland.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens. But here this logo always bothers me because I'm not a big Ray Lewis fan. So just throwing that out there. So Baltimore Ravens. All right.
Oh, you're up.
Yeah, why do I always have to be up for these? That looks like a really mean Blue Jay. So.
That's the COVID Blue Jays.
the Toronto COVID Blue Jays. I'm gonna say that this is the, I don't know, Toronto Blue Jays new logo that I haven't seen.
I'm gonna say Toronto Blue Jays too.
Good, perfect. I like it. It's pretty. It's like a mean Blue Jay. This must be the Yankees.
I'm gonna say that's the Boston Red Sox.
I'm gonna say it's the Boston Red Sox. There we go. All right.
You're up.
Oh, I know this logo thanks to Cam Newton. So it's the Carolina Panthers.
I know this logo thanks to Christian McCaffrey, and I'm going to say it's the Carolina Panthers.
Christian McCaffrey in '99. Stanford, by the way. Stanford grad. So he was a Cardinal. Oh, this one
is me. I'm going to say the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and this is a shout out to Coach Hilbert on the Kingswood football staff. He is a huge Detroit Lions fan. Oh man, so we were talking about this the other day. I don't know if you were part of the conversation.
I was. Turquoise.
I absolutely love the colors of this team, and it's the Miami Dolphins. I love the turquoise and orange. It's beautiful.
Miami Dolphins. Oh, she didn't even wait for me.
That's fine. We knew that you knew that. Oh boy, this is. You're up. Oh, good.
That is the Los Angeles Rams.
It's the Los Angeles Rams.
It's you.
I know. Gosh, this is challenging for me. Let's see. I'm going to struggle through this one. I don't know. Cincinnati Reds.
I'm going to say St. Louis Cardinals.
Ooh, wow. The Rochester Red Wings.
Going with a little
AHL
team.
I like that. That's a cool logo. now you got it, buddy.
I'm going to say the St. Louis Cardinals.
I will say the same thing. St. Louis Cardinals. Ooh, is this me?
This one's you.
This would be the Philadelphia Flyers.
Philadelphia Flyers.
It's a cool logo.
Is that the end?
Is that it? Oh, we tied, I guess.
I think we tied.
That's amazing. We knew more than we thought we would know.
We'll do that again.
We should do it with, maybe in the future what we'll do is give Allie more time. But the other thing, maybe we'll do it with like colleges, and we can go anywhere with this.
Colleges would be really difficult.
Colleges
would be kind of a good.
It'd be fun. Yeah.
So maybe we can ask Allie right now. Say, Allie, we'd like to do this again next week. A quick one.
On colleges.
Colleges.
Well, how about 10 colleges? Does that work?
Does that give you enough time?
10 colleges. Okay.
All right. That's going to do it for us. Anything else, Coach?
Nope. Let's thank our sponsors one more time. Skelly's Market.
Downtown Grill. Downtown Grill and Cafe, sorry.
And Morrissey's Porch and Pub.
Thank you, guys, and we will talk next week.
Go Knights.
Go Knights.